Far Cry 4 is a game that often gets overlooked when people talk about the series. But going back to it today, it's clear that it deserves far more recognition than it usually gets. The story takes place in the fictional Himalayan country of Kyrat, a land that feels alive, dangerous, and breathtaking. The world itself is one of the game's greatest strengths. It's a setting that doesn't just serve as a backdrop, it pulls you in, making exploration every bit as exciting as the missions themselves. When it comes to gameplay, Far Cry 4 takes the strong foundation of Far Cry 3 and builds on it in meaningful ways. The open world freedom is still there. You can liberate outposts, track and hunt wildlife, or test different weapons and tactics just to see what works. But this time, the design of the terrain is far more vertical and dynamic. With the addition of tools like the gyrocopter, simply moving across the map becomes its own adventure, fun, unpredictable, and often chaotic in the best way.
I don't think they're coming back.
Combat is where the game really shines. The arsenal of weapons, vehicles, and gadgets is both wide and satisfying. Outposts and fortresses stand out as highlights of the experience. Each one feels like a playground of possibilities. You can sneak in under cover of night, silently eliminating enemies one by one. You can release wild animals from cages and watch them tear through your enemies. Or, if you prefer, you can go in loud, with grenades and explosives shaking the battlefield. The beauty of it is that every encounter can be approached differently, and that freedom makes the game endlessly replayable. On the narrative side, one character dominates the stage, Pagan Min. He's stylish, unpredictable, and one of the most charismatic villains in the entire franchise. Every time he appears, he commands attention. The only real drawback is that he doesn't appear as often as you might hope. Alongside him are the Golden Path leaders, Amida and Sabal. They bring a moral weight to the story, challenging you with decisions that affect not only them, but the direction of Kyrat's future. These choices give the narrative a sense of consequence, even if the pacing sometimes struggles to match the strength of its characters. Of course, the game isn't without flaws. Some of the side missions can feel repetitive, and the world map can be cluttered with too many distractions. But when you focus on what Far Cry 4 does best, exploration, combat, and the freedom to choose your own path, the experience shines brighter than almost any other entry in the series. In the end, Far Cry 4 doesn't completely reinvent the formula, but it refines it in ways that still hold up years later. It's a game that strikes a careful balance between story, exploration, and chaotic freedom. And for anyone who loves open-world shooters, it remains an adventure that's absolutely worth revisiting.